the code has been cracked, is what I heard. Hi guys, I'm Fruitful Goddess in 1111, and I'm back with some more messages. You know, the last time we had our Bible study and things of that sort, I took a few days to meditate on what I continue to read the chapters, right? Like I said I was gonna do after the messages, and I stayed in the bed literally for like 3 days straight, just relaxing, just trying to figure out what's next. What what is it that you want me to do, Lord? Because my A1 day ones, the ones that have been here with me on my journey, on our journey for a while, I've always said that I felt like God was calling me for something bigger. Like, I knew that when I started doing messages, when He led me here to do messages, it was for a great cause. It was for a great reason. But something in my spirit is telling me that that season is up for me. That season did what it was supposed to do for me, right? Although I'm still gonna be giving messages, but it's gonna be different. And if you with me for this next part of my journey, right? Then I would love to have you guys here with me, right? Still, I've been hearing God call my name for the last, like, all this morning. Like, every time all last night, in the wee hours, right? And how I knew it was God, because I was afraid to answer. I don't even know why I'm sharing this right now, but I feel like I should, right? It's not a secret. I just feel like I should. And you know how sometimes when God call your name or call you for an assignment, you know what He calling you for. It's like a child, like when your parent calling you. You understand what I'm saying? And you know what it is. Not that I felt like I was in any trouble, but I just knew that this day was gonna come. You know, I just knew early on. That's the reason why I shared it with you guys early on. And for it to be happening right now, I definitely feel like it's a blessing, because usually I'll be on YouTube, I'll be doing messages and things of that sort. But I just felt like the last couple of messages, and it's definitely not my supporters, it's definitely not you guys at all, because you here, you be right here with me. Is never that, right? It's bigger than that. And I just put in so much hard work, and I just feel like it wasn't paying off. I feel like I was literally being breadcrumbed. Like, I don't know. And I'm not ungrateful. I'm very grateful. I'm happy for the littlest things, right? You know, I'm always excited. I'm always thrilled, but when I know that is a bigger picture, you know, when I know that um first and foremost, I was always told that this was seasonal, and I shared that with the chat. I shared that with the collective. You know, early on, I want to say I've been sharing this with you guys for a while, that I felt like I was being called for a higher purpose, but what he had me journeying to at that time, I was I was right where I needed to be, if that makes sense, right? Um and that was to help as many people as I can help. And I want to say, well, I don't think I want to add that now before I forget what I'm saying right now, but I'll say it. But I was called to break a generational curse. I was called here to meet up with you guys to break a generational curse, and also to slay the demons, right? That was coming up against me, that were coming up against you. It really wasn't all about me, if that makes sense, right? But I know I played a major role in my own journey, right? And what I had to do. And so when I heard God call my name, and it wasn't, listen, the thing is, it wasn't just once. The first time it spooked me out. I'm not going to even lie to you. Like, the first time I was kind of shook, right? And then I was like, hold on, let me make sure, this is not like no other type of unforeseen force that was trying to mock him and mimic him to me. So I didn't say anything. I continued to lay here. And what was I doing? Just saying what was going on with the world, right? Talking to my kids, playing with them for a while, and praying with my baby, right? Um, and I heard it again. And I said, yes, Lord. I'm like, whatever it is that you want me to do, I'm ready for it. And once I said that, the fear went away. Like, what I was, like, the fear that I was feeling, it went away once I answered, right? So he told me I was going to be called for a higher calling or a higher purpose. But he never said the hour. He never said when. He never said how it was going to come about. He never told me, you know, it's going to happen like this. And I feel like it all falls back on everything that we have learned thus far. Like, as far as staying ready so you don't have to get ready, right? And expect the unexpected at all times. And it's like I automatically knew that he was saying, that's it. Because you don't even, you're not even that invested anymore. Now, what he meant by that is, it's not the fact that I wouldn't have kept going, but it was more so like he took that motion, right? That motion from me that I had, like, to where it's okay, let me go in here and do my reading, let me jump on here and do this. Like, he took that motion because he already know what was to come, but I didn't know that he was preparing me for this, for the next chapter. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. I am so emotional. And I feel like I'm feeling this way is because I want y'all to know that, like I've been telling you guys from the beginning, especially with me, because whatever I do, I'm very passionate about what I do. And like I said, I never told one lie one time, right? When I tell you I was getting my downloads from him, that's exactly what I mean. And it's like, I was saying about like the graduation, like we graduated to the next phase, but that's exactly what happened. And the thing is, what he's telling me right now is, it's not just me, it's you too, whoever you are. Because where you headed now is not going to be a need for where you just came from, if that makes sense. See, it was a reason why we were tapping in. It wasn't the fact that we was just doing it to try to be down, or doing it for financial gain, or doing it for, to be seen, or doing it to be like a e-girl, or anything like that. It wasn't that. It was simply because he said that that's what needed to be done. For number one, because the enemies didn't like it. They hated it. But if you think about how well that run served us all, how we grew so much, how we gained so much insight, how we gained so much wisdom, how we uncovered hidden truths about who was doing what, when they were doing it. And although those things could have hurt it when it was coming out, yeah, it did hurt. But it helped you raise the bar in your life. It helped you level up in ways to which you never thought that you'll be able to reach. It wasn't just about entertainment purposes. It was about, excuse me, guys. It was about life. It was about life, and I feel like why he told me that was enough for that chapter is because of so many people passing judgment. And that's because those folks that was passing so much judgment on what we had going on or what we had established, collective, those folks are in trouble. Do you understand? And if you don't understand, they do. Because they kept going and going and going. And they were forewarned to stop. Many of them even got blocked and they kept coming back. They kept going. And since you are too precious in the sight of the Lord, whatever those, like I kept telling you guys, whoever put their mouth on you, it's over. It's over for them. I meant that. God gave me gifts, and He gave me the gift of knowing. I'm so sorry, oh Lord. And now those folks are in trouble. They are. They are. Because when He said, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm, like I said, whatever those people were saying, it never bothered me. Because I was always able to see that it was something that either they were going, something they were going through, or it was the simple fact that they were just mean and nasty, something they were going through, or the fact that they were just projected, right? So me myself, I tried to extend grace to those individuals by blocking them, you know, by telling them to go elsewhere. And it's like they kept coming. But just know that that's not the overall reason. It's just time for the next chapter. But I'm letting you know. Because so many people was trying to come up against what we had going on. How we get our downloads, how we be in contact with God, how we communicate with Him. But they didn't know that they were literally writing a check that they behinds could not cash in real time. They didn't know that for real. They just looked at it like, oh, this is another one. You know, another one is biting the dust. You know, that this is another one that's coming with some junk and, saying this and saying that. Guarantee you that I don't have no regrets. I don't have any regrets about using tarot cards, none of that. I don't, like I said, I don't even feel like they're tarot cards, but that's what they call them, right? But I want to say that I don't have no regrets for doing so. None. None. And I really hope that the other great readers out there, that they keep going and keep encouraging people, especially the ones that's not ready to go to the next level with me. Because, like I said, we all on different wavelengths when it come down to our journey. Some people just tapping in. Some people just getting started, you know. And some people already ready for the next chapter, in which I feel like it's not going to be any different as far as the downloads are concerned. But it's just going to be in a different way. And it's not because of nobody else. It's because God said it's time symbol. And honestly, I'm embracing it. I've never been afraid of change. I've always been like a spontaneous type of person, an adventurous type of person, someone that loves to embrace new things because I love new. And I'm just ready for it. Most importantly, let me go back to the drawing board. Um, Spirit said that the enemy, whether it's one, two, three, four, or 100 or 1,000, they've all been destroyed, collective. So there's no need, because like I said, and I'm gonna break it down to why I say what I said and why I said it like that. It's because for many of you, you've been extremely intuitive. You've been extremely intuitive. This is, you know, and for many of us, we just use cards for show and tell. That's the only difference. That was the only difference. Other than your intuition, your discernment, your knowledge, your wisdom, these are all the tools that you came equipped with. This is not something that you just say, listen, I'm about to just do this and use this to help me as a guide. No. It was like driving a car. The car can't guide you. You have to take the wheel, right? And it was like the same thing. In this instance, you were in control. Because you came fully equipped. You had all the tools you already needed already. It was already instilled in you. It was a part of the package deal. Hold on, guys. I'm getting so many downloads. Give me a second. Spirit is saying, you were guided here for a reason. And that reason was for you to find out who the culprits were and destroy them spiritually. Because these individuals came up against you in the spirit. And the reason why he told you to openly destroy them, to openly destroy them, is because they were secretly targeting you. And you didn't have no knowledge of where it was coming from, what was happening, why it was happening. And these were the same ones that were smiling in your face. So this is the reason why he called you. This is the reason why he called you front and center. He said, come here. Let me show you something. Let me show you what you need to do. I'm going to give you something that they don't understand. I'm going to give you something that they don't know how to do. See, it was never really about what I was doing. But of course, by them being small thinkers, that's what they was going to dwell on, right? What you using and what tools you're using, and that's evil, or that's wicked, or that's demonic, so they can have something to fall back on and say that's what you were using as a tool to destroy them. But in a sense, they right, because Spirit told you, let me show you this. They can't stop this. They don't understand this. So come here. This is what I need you to do. This is what I need you to do to crack the code. This is what I need you to do to break these generational cycles. And therefore, no one can step in your way because they don't really know too much about it. Because they too busy doing things in the dark. They too busy doing things in secret. They too busy conjuring up demons, opening up Pandora's box, you know, playing with spell work, witchcraft, roots, and curses, and all these different things. I can tell you, and honestly, it really don't matter how long you've been rocking with me. It's already done. Do you hear me? And like I tell you guys all the time, I'm just a vessel. I'm just a vessel. And God literally speaks to me. The Holy Spirit, the Lord, they all one speak to me just as he spoke to Daniel. And it was no different in this instance. The moral to the story is, the ones that came up against you, they have been destroyed. There's nothing that they can do. Listen to me, collective. There's nothing that they can do. They're literally being dealt with. Okay, and they can't stand the rain, is what I'm hearing. I told you guys Pluto is going backwards. And honestly, in all honesty, there's nothing else that needs to be revealed. You guys know everything already. And that's why Spirit is saying, listen, it's time for the next chapter. All the main things that you need to know, you know. You learned. You heard. You gain clarity. You gain confirmation. Now, don't misconstrue what I'm saying or misinterpret what I'm saying, because there's always other things for you to, know about. But the main things that you needed to know, you know those things already. You know, you learn. And that part is done. You have a bigger assignment as a chosen one. And that's just in general for you. Because I don't know what you've been praying for. But what I do know is it's something big. And what I do know is it's going to happen. God made a promise to you. And that promise is going to be fulfilled. But what I'm hearing is other energies try to beat you to the punch. And I'm not telling you guys not to read your cards. That's up to you if that's what you want to do. I'm not telling you to tap out. I'm telling you that is the next part of my journey for me. We did everything right, collective. That's what I'm hearing. I never got one single reading done on me and nobody else. Not one. And anytime I try to read my own energy, I end up freaking confused. And I don't understand that at all. Right? You would think that you try to, you know, pull calls on yourself and try to figure out what's going on. Yeah, you're going to be more confused than when you try to pull the first one to think about what this message is saying. It don't work like that for the message. It didn't work like that for me at all. I never understood that. Nor no one else. If I was doing, like, say for instance, if I was trying to, get a message on someone else, it never worked. I still was confused. If I was just like on my own doing it, so I never did it. I never did. It never added up, right? Um, Hi birds. Good morning. Good morning. Um, I don't know what's next, guys. You hear the birds? I don't know what's next, but I know that, thank you, Jesus. I know that it's something big that's going to, I know the outcome is going to be big. Do you hear this bird? It's getting closer and closer. I'm still going to be doing messages, you guys. But like I say, I am the message. But as far as my journey, like with tarot, God said, no, you got to show them what I gave to you. Because many people think it's a game, right? And it's not just about what people think, but they really think that it's a game when you tell them, you know, you don't need cards and you're intuitive and this is something that you've been holding for a long time. They don't believe it. They don't believe that God really gives people gifts like that, you know. And others of them, they just want you to do what they want you to do. So many people are going through it right now, collective. They didn't get a single pass. They didn't get a pass at all for nothing that you've been through, for nothing that you endured, that they did to you, right? Because for many of you, you never blame no one for nothing that occurred in your life. But what you know, right? But you never pointed the finger. And that's what makes you rare. You are not the type to just sit around and just blame this one for this part of your life being screwed up, or blaming that one for this part of your life being screwed up. It was never that. But it seems like everyone always tried to blame you for something. And that's because you are a chosen one, collective. That's because God is all, He'll never forsake you. I really feel like He want me to bring you guys closer to Him. Not saying that you are not, but somehow I just feel in my spirit that this is what He want. This is what He want me to do. I have chills everywhere. Um, because I really want you to know that there's no better connection. And many of those naysayers that proclaim that they know God, no, you got to go through Jesus first. And that's how I know they don't know for real. That's how I know they don't know for real. You just can't go to God without getting through Jesus first. It's not gonna happen. But like he always say, don't go an eye for eye with people, and don't debate and that over the word, or don't debate over that. And that's why I don't. And honestly, I never did, because I always had that understanding that I did know for sure that he said don't debate over the word. If their opinion differs from yours, let them have it. If that's their beliefs, let them keep their beliefs. And that's what I've always done. But somehow he's telling me, and this is nothing forced. Like I said, for the ones that's coming with me to the next chapter, you welcome. Because there's no greater feeling than being able to say that you came into contact with God. Not many people could say that. Not many people could say that, because again, you got to go through Jesus first. And I know one thing. I know one thing for certain. When I call on Jesus, he show up. Why? Because he never went nowhere. But people just don't believe that because they're afraid of the unknown. But he never went nowhere. Always around. He just in spirit form. And if they're one, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and God feet rest on the earth, what makes you think that he's not here? People say, oh, he's in heaven. He's at the right side of God. But if God's feet rest on the earth, how can he not be here already? Just ain't see his face yet. And even the ones in heaven never saw his face. Not even the angels in heaven saw the face of God. And just know, if you ever see the face of God, that you no longer here in physical form. Many of you being called for something higher. You being blessed with something too. Because of your innate ability to understand. Is what I'm hearing. Many of you been going through it. I want to say people been trying to take you through it. I don't know. Jobs. It's always a job, right? It's always a job that's making you just want to give it all up. and say, forget it. Today is the day I'm going to become a freaking entrepreneur. But then you wonder, if I do that, then what's going to happen with me? How am I going to be there for my family? How am I going to provide for my family? The Holy Spirit is saying faith. It never let nobody down. Faith never let nobody down. Especially if you tapping in with high faith. It never let nobody down. To have faith is to believe. And for many, they don't really understand that's all you really need in this world. To have faith, to be a believer. Many people lack that. And when you do, that's when you start leaning on your own understanding. And that's when things go left. Many times you think it's a place or something like that, but in all reality or actuality, it be your faith levels, your levels of faith. Some people don't have none. And that's why things happen the way that it happened. But I'm telling you, you're being called for something. And whatever this calling is about is something that you actually wanted, but you just don't see the vision yet. Because it have not been made clear to you yet. Although you may know, but it still haven't been made clear yet. Because it's already in the works. And when you see this, you're not going to believe it. Collective, those people that wronged you, I don't know if these people are crying because I'm getting extremely emotional. The ones that wronged you, collective, they deal with this every single day. They deal with the grief. These people are in sorrow. They are in pain for what they did to you. And as they sit in this sorrow, they realize that you, whatever they did, you were the wrong one and you didn't deserve it. These energies are saying you should have been the last one, collective, that they did whatever they did to. It's literally driving them insane. It's driving them insane, collective, every day. You know, some of these energies, they hate to get up. That's how detrimental whatever they did is on them at this time. These are the ones that cannot issue what they put out. And since it's coming back to them, they can't handle it. They're thinking about all the people that they wrong. I don't really just think that It it started with you, but it ended with you though. You cracked the code. You broke the cycle. And whoever you are, you broke the cycle in the right way. You took the right steps. You took the right guidance. It's like you were obedient. You went the right way. You did everything. You took all the steps that was written for you to take. It's been a long journey. Collective, you've been doing this for lifetimes. Imagine that. And this lifetime, you finally cracked the code with relationships, all of that. Someone that you were in a relationship with is somewhat suffering right now because of what they did to you, because of what they took you through. Things is changing at a cellular level for whoever that is. It's like a whirlwind. It's like they can't bypass whatever this is that's happening. Because whoever this is, they reached. They really reached when it came down to you. Definitely wanted to break you because they felt like you were weak and you were breakable. And breaking you would have made them feel all so good at that time. But right now, they're in regret. They're regretting what they did. Like with a heavy heart, collective, because of what they took you through. And now that you have been revealed to that person and everyone else involved who you really are, like this star seed, this indigo child, this child that was born with a veil, this person that's special and precious in the sight of the Lord, this scared collective, because things are happening. Like things, and it may not even be things out of the norm. It can very well be normal things that's happening. But when things is happening at the speed of lightning and you can't catch a break, that's when it starts to feel abnormal. Like it's not supposed to be. Like this is not something that's literally supposed to be happening. But it is. And they can't handle it. But they watched you deal with it. They watched you sit in it. They watched you feel it. And none of them offered you a helping hand for real. None of them had your back for real. It's like you were handpicked. You were handpicked to be the one that they wanted to all see suffer, to experience lack, to go without, to lose out on things. These people were paying people to harm you. And that's another reason why Spirit say, come here. This is where I need you to be. Because for many of you, you didn't even know terror existed. They knew though. And that's why when they found out that you knew about it or knew something about it or even knew how to read or you understood what it meant when others read the energy, they freaked out. And some of them, it caused them to go try to seek a higher power to try to stop you and block you until they watched you and realized that it was a gift, a God's given gift to you, and that you had the real knowledge of what you were doing. It's not something that you open Pandora's box with and open up some type of portal that you didn't know anything about. That's not the case. You knew exactly what you were doing. Because whatever you didn't know, God gave it to you. And I'm talking about instantly. I'm not talking about you had to practice. I'm not talking about no practicing. I'm talking about when I did my first reading collective. I knew what it meant. I knew what I was doing because it never was about the card. It was always about the message. It was always about the message. Always in the energy. Always in the voice. And I feel like some people don't understand when you say, you know, God speak to you. They really literally think that you're gonna hear it's gonna be like we are communicating right now. This is how they think, right? But they never thought that God talked to your spirit. You can hear the voice in your spirit. It's really unexplainable unless you experienced it. Because although you receiving it in the spirit, you still hear clear. You still hear like I'm speaking to you. You still hear it clear as day. But of course, it's not going to come out like the ones he created. The creation will never amount up to the creator, right? So I don't know why energies was expecting God say reach out to them like we communicate with each other on a day-to-day basis. There's no comparison. There's no comparing. We'll never be able to amount up to the way that God does things. The creator of all things, right? All things. The creator of all things. And they also too didn't believe that. But they've been shown a valuable, they're being taught a valuable lesson at this time. God is saying that he loves you and he want to save you from all harm. And that's because enough pain has been inflicted upon you from others. These energies really curse themselves coming for you. And it's like they looking for you to blame. They're looking for someone to blame, but they really curse themselves by coming for you and putting their mouth on you. See the ones that lied on you, collective? The ones that lied to you. All of that is falling under the same microscope is what I'm hearing. And that's because you have a pure heart. Your heart is freaking pure, whoever you are. You never wanted to be the bad guy, like in no situation. And I'm not just talking about because you getting older, and I'm talking about from the beginning, you got the same heart. And even after all you endured, it never changed. No wicked ever lived there. And God knows that. And I'm talking to you. And you know who you are. If you can relate to what I'm saying, you know exactly what I mean by walking around with a gracious heart, a grateful heart, a heart that genuinely loves. You are so rare, bro. Like whoever you are, you are so rare. You are so rare. And you carry that. You carry that throughout every every relationship you had. Any relationship you had. You always been the kind one. You always was the one that was willing to give the shirt off of your back if someone needed it. Never was cruel is what I'm hearing. Never. You don't even have a cruel bone in your body. But energies wanted to paint you that way. And so many people they played tag with your energy. They wanted to join in. They saw other energies was doing you spiritually and they wanted a piece of that. They wanted some of that. They wanted to join in. They wanted to make you a laughing stock. They wanted to double team you. Coming together, having conversations about you. Nobody standing up for you. Because they won't be singled out if they did. Those are the ones, collective. They're having trouble eating, sleeping, and shitting, is what I heard. It's tough. It's tough on these people that knew that you had a great heart. Knew that they could come to you for anything. You always had a listening ear for these energies, a watchful eye out for these energies. You always try to protect these energies. And they betrayed you. In the worst way, of course. Even with strangers, you will protect a stranger. That's just the way that you built. Whether you a man or a woman, you don't like to see injustices happen. And there you go, inserting yourself to offer a helping hand that could have got rejected often. And the same ones that rejected it, they don't even understand why today. Now they feeling like they should have took you up on whatever offer because things is not right. Things is not going right. Now that you are no longer a part of whatever type of relationship it is you have with whoever is on your mind right now. But you know who they are. And you still didn't like to do the blame game thing. But if you were forced to tell the truth, and if you had to tell the truth, you would. And that's all it'll be, the truth. And energies resenting you from knowing their truth, knowing the truth, and telling the truth. And living in your truth. Being able to embrace your truth. Being able to see things for exactly what it is, and being okay with being okay in the outcome of whatever was next. It felt like you thought that you were, you know, something or someone that they were not. Like you could control the way that they were thinking about you in regards to them. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Spirit is saying forgive, collective. And if you've been holding back from forgiving, it's for you. Holding back on forgiving is for you. But make sure you really forgiving. Because you deserve that. You deserve to forgive people that hurt you. You deserve to forgive people that came up against you. It's no denying that it took a while for you to get there or get here or, get to a place to where you felt like or you feel like you want to even forgive these individuals. And that's okay, Spirit is saying, because he granted you that time to get to the conclusion of you need to and you have to, and you should want to forgive, because forgiveness is always for you. You're not walking around here with a heavy heart because of what someone else did to you. Spirit is saying people been done worse and you don't even know. You know how they say you think you doing bad until you hear someone else's story? It's something like that. So there's nothing that you, whatever it is that you're going through is not something that cannot be fixed. Because whatever you went through, it didn't, listen, it didn't break you. You could have bent in the process. You know, bent but not broken. You could have bent in the process, but you ain't break. Trust me, you ain't break. Trust me, you ain't break. You think you got broke. You ain't break. That's what it could have felt like. But trust me, many people that broke, many of them, many of them can't even sit here and give you their testimony, because most of them are still there. Others of them are the ones that feel like they were close to breaking. They're around, giving their testimony. They're around. I wanted to share that with you guys. And like I said, I just tapped in with y'all and just shared that. I really more so felt like I was guided to share that with you guys. Because I like to be transparent, right? And now I'm talking about literally just happened. Like, I didn't see the sunrise, but through my curtains, I saw the sunrise. I've been up. And God been using so many wonderful people to give me reminders and to give me messages, you know, as to what he was placing on my heart, like confirmation with a message, a bonus, right? But I'm gonna see what he have for me later for you guys. See what he want me to tap in on, and we gonna take it from there. And that just like we've been doing it. It's not gonna be no different, but I feel like this is gonna have a different outcome. That's what he told me. And it's not that I'm sharing anything and anyone could work against what I'm saying. You know how they used to say something about your eggs before they hatch. This ain't that. He told me to share my voice. And that's what I'm going to be doing. And I hope that I can be a voice for you guys as I feel like I've always been, but I feel like it, I don't know why I just feel like we going deeper, right? Although it's a new chapter, I feel like this chapter is deeper, right? You gotta go deep. when you're on an assignment, because really and truly, nothing about being a chosen one is mediocre. Nothing about it. And things have always been deep. Many of you already know that, but you just didn't have anyone to go there with, because nobody really understood what you meant, what angle you was coming from. It's like you were always misunderstood. Let me see what the chat saying. Shout out to the chat. Shout out Nicole. Shout out Sandra. Shout out Rick P. Yeah, Diane, Joanna, that's what it is. Don't count your eggs before they hatch. And that's an old saying. It is. And my mama used to say that all the time. And she like a what, 60 something, baby. We in a new age. Like, this is something different. I feel like all of that is like word, what you call it? Word ritual. I don't even be knowing how to pronounce it. Listen, word witchery. I feel like that's what some of those old sayings are, to keep you bound, to keep you stuck, to keep you from being able to progress, to keep you from not exploring your fullest potential, you know. And many times that did cause delays with people, telling them all these different sayings and slogans, and that was things that people was slogans and words people was using when they was in survival mode, or when they was trying to survive. This is not that. This is not that. And this is where we had to break. All of that was a part of the generational curses. You know, things people said that stuck with you. You know what I'm talking about, collective? And so now you feel like, since you learned that, that's what you're going to be thinking when it's time for you to go with a certain move. And now you discouraged from doing what you know that you should have been doing, but you thinking about if you say anything or make the wrong move or claim it as if it's already yours, then you count your eggs before it hatch, if that makes sense. So it's like we not doing that. We in a new age, and as long as we still here, we gotta keep up with what's happening. We gotta keep up with what's going on. We not things of the past. We in the present, looking forward to the future. W chat. Shout out to the chat. It's a movement. Who said that with me? Saved by grace. That's correct. I said it's a movement, and saved by grace that God will move them. That's a fact. So where was I? Shout out Brown Beauty. Um, Joanna, Saved by Grace. Vicky, Anne France, Sandra, Nicole, Vanessa, Rick P again. And that's all I see that's tapping in right now. Let me see. JJ Lovin, shout out to you. Shout out Vieta. I hope I say that right. We going to the next level. And I don't know. I'm seeing something so big. Shout out Slim. Yo, that's mad ceiling. What you mean? What you talking about, yo? Slim. We gotta pop out. Shout out Brittany. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to Captain. You Somalia. Okay. Shout out Queen 222. Two. Shout out Ani. Shout out Ihan. Shout out daughter Zion. Shout out Polka Dots. You gonna learn. You gonna learn. Just listen. That's why I said, if you guys if you feel like you not fulfilled, keep going. I'm quite sure they have other readers out there that you guys tap in with. You know, and I encourage you to keep going if you feel like you're not filled up yet and you are not there where you want to be, to whereas you feel like you still on that journey or on that wave. I encourage you to keep going. You know? Because they gonna let you know, and I'm gonna be letting you know too. But I just don't need the cards. I think we about to do something else. Shout out Amanda, Jatoni, Sharonda, Misty. Shout out Misty. Misty always like one of them ones early in the chat. And there's another one. I just feel like we gotta do bigger things, and I really, I'm really gonna take the time out to write down your names, because we gonna have to do some type of giveaway or something. We never did one of those before. So as I felt like, I did something for a winner, you know, a chosen winner, someone that gets selected or something like that. I just gotta get everything in a row. Like I gotta get all my ducks in a row. And I feel like I've really been, in like this, like, I don't want to use the term stuck, because I'm never stuck, right? But I want to say that I've been in like this meditative state, to whereas I just felt something. I felt like a shift change. I felt something happen. I felt something occur. I felt something. Shout out Gina. I know that's right. I felt something, guys. Oh, when it comes down to this world, man, listen. Listen. I don't even like speaking bad about people, but when I tell you this world is cooked, and I feel like it's gonna be like that until every knee bend, every head bow, and every tongue confess. And from the looks of things, from what I've been seeing on social media, on all platforms, with the disrespect, and how people are just out of, this, listen, is out of control. It's out of control. It's out of control. And the whole thing is, imagine imagine being finessed, as a lack of a better term, out of, let's just say, connections, or a connection, or a relationship, because you trying to put on for the world. Imagine that. And that's what's happening on social media. And is a global effect, right? And I just use that as an example because I see so much of that. I see this is what this world really became like. Everything is about, what someone said online, what someone did online. This is what they doing online. Is this like really what's happening? And I'm never knocking technology. I'm all for the technology thing. I'm all for faster service, if that makes sense. Right? Because when we were growing up, it was no technology like that. Yeah, we had TVs and beepers, and certain people had cell phones and things of that sort, but it was more so of everybody watching the news, everyone reading the newspapers, and that's how people was really getting information, or you know showing up to people's houses and visiting more. Since people have social media, all of that's been X'd out of the equation. People don't make house visits no more. People don't show up no more. It's a lot that's changed because we got FaceTime. You can see what people doing in their house. You don't really have to leave, but is that really living? Is that really living? Honestly, nothing is really traditional anymore. This is like a get it how you live type of life. This is like a get it how you live type of, you know, life cycle. And it's not everyone, of course, but mainly, yeah. You know, things are just, I don't know. Nothing. And like I said, that's why we got to stay up the part. That's why we got to stay on beat, right? Because it's like as the world turns, it's going to continually change. And as long as you are here, you're supposed to be in the know about everything that's happening, everything that's going on. But when you really sit back and look at the bigger picture, is this really meant to make it easier for us, or is it really meant to cause division? Go after what it is that you want. It's like at this point, the sky's the limit. And listen, I'll be the first one to encourage change if it's necessary. In many instances for me, and that could just be me personally, even when it's unnecessary, because change is always good. Change, something changing is always good. And I'm just one of them ones. You know, I used to think that I was not like that, but I am. It's like that's what I've been missing. Something about your birth chart is very significant too. And I also been spending time doing that too. It don't take long for certain things to work. And it may sound like I'm jumping from here to there and all over the place, but I'm really not. Right? It don't take that long for things to really work. That's a that you supposed to have. That's supposed to work. It don't take long. So instead of giving up, because I really don't encourage giving up. Because many times hard work do pay off. But when it shifts from being hard work paying off, when it shifts from it being that and you don't feel that, and it's like you don't see the vision, then you gotta try something else. You gotta do something else. Not just try. You gotta do something else. You heard the birds. The birds said, I totally agree. Somebody thinking about moving, like to a whole nother city, a whole nother state, because something gotta give. It's like you want to embark on something totally new in order to get the results that you're looking for. For some of you, it could be the next street over. I don't know, but something is happening. The next block over, something. Nala, never giving up, but I'm just tired. Right. And that's why I'm saying switch, change something, do something spontaneous. It don't have to be something reckless, but do something new. And that's going to change everything. You heard me? It's nothing but, listen, it's nothing but space and opportunity for you to do whatever you want to do. I've been in tears off and on this whole life. Welcome to my world, right? And I'm not shy about it. It's rejuvenating, and I don't know, it just do something. It just do something. It do something, it cleanse your energy, it just do something to your energy. I don't know, but for me, like after I shed tears, I be amped up. I be ready for, action. You know, I be ready for that what's next moment. Like, like, and I know I'm not bipolar, right? But once I literally be shedding tears and you may not even know. And then the next moment I be like talking like I am right now because I be ready for action after that. I don't know. I can't explain it. I never could. I never could. Like I just said, we just broke the cycle. So the only thing I will be able to encourage her, Nala, is listen. I just broke a cycle of what I went through, what I experienced. And that's not what I wanted for us. So if you're not team us, then I don't know what we doing. I don't know what we doing. And I feel like that should give us something to think about before before there's no other option, right? I feel like me, I have daughters and I feel that way too sometimes, right? Like I just can't wait to, especially when, you know, things start to hurt, right? But I feel like the best thing to do is have a conversation, do something different other than going to what you know, if that makes sense. Because all of that's connected to an old cycle, right? So try something different. Try whatever didn't happen with you and your approach and in your deliverance. And that should be able to make a difference. But if you revert back to what you know, and that's for all of us, if we revert back to things that we endured or we know or you know how it happened with us, we'll never get nowhere. We'll never get nowhere because the only thing it's gonna do is keep pushing us back. Right? It's a setback. So we in this new age and we gotta do things the right way. And besides, in real time, honestly, you don't really have no one else but your kids. So you gotta make it work. You know, you gotta make it work. Yeah, right. I trust me. I understand. I have almost 17-year-old, and I don't know. I don't know that they're just getting this, but I feel like that too shall pass. You know, and even when they're in their early 20s or whatever the case may be, remember they still young adults. They still learning. They don't know yet. You know, they think they know, right? But they don't know. They're learning. Right? And many times they don't even hear you when you tell them that you want them to learn from yours. It's like, what are you talking about? And that's just the way they think. I'm telling you, these children, listen, children, young adults, honestly, they only know their device nowadays. They don't really be hearing nothing that we really be putting out. Really. They really don't. That's why I said just have a conversation. A heart to heart. Hug it out, afterwards. Do something different. to get better results. That's what we talking about, right? Like doing different things to get better results. I don't know who making coffee or making breakfast or drinking coffee, but I'm about to get up and go get some. Right? Dinner, lunch, something is being prepared by someone or someone around you right now. Someone name is Sheena that's here. Sheena, something like that. I'm talking about real government name. Sheena. I also just saw Donna. Someone name is Donna or Sheena. Okay. Someone name is Donna or Sheena that's here. And I'm trying to see, I don't know what it is that spirit is trying to convey to you. But I heard make the effort. Okay? Take that leap or make the effort. You're welcome, Nala. Someone name is Clyde or Claudia. Okay? I heard Claudia. Someone just got off a flight that tapped in here. Are you preparing to take a flight? Someone name is Reginald. Aspen could be significant here. Aspen. Aspen, some type of way. Could even be someone's name. I don't know. I heard could even be a drink name that someone is drinking. Aspen something. I don't know. Um, I keep getting Georgia and Brooklyn. That can be names. Maybe someone's grandmother name is Georgia. Somebody grandmother's name is Georgia. She could have transitioned though, and someone feels like some type of way they're still connecting or connected to her. Like their own personal angel. I don't know, maybe someone say that. It's my own personal angel. Oh, lovely one. Okay, I was looking straight up at the ceiling with you guys. Okay, trying to get these messages. Shout out to you, lovely one, 86. Wow. Someone is here that called the bank, or you went to the bank. Okay, not today. Could have even been yesterday, or someone tried to call the bank yesterday. I don't know. Spirit just want me to know that you're here. Okay, something about the bank is significant. Someone here like peanuts. Okay, preferably pistachios. I'm getting. All right. Someone here have an issue with a sister. Okay, could be a brother, but it's a sister, or it could be a sister brother. Spirit is saying, let it go. Okay, let just, and you may not want to. You may not want to, but but you have to. Could have been like some type of family feud over the weekend or something. Okay, a dispute or something like that, and someone is just tired. Someone is fed up with the same old, the back and forth. You know, the side picking or whatever happened. Just let it go. I feel like whoever this could be the one that's thinking about making a spontaneous move, just leaving all of it behind. You feel like it's time for you to sow your royal oats. Like, someone named Miss Katrina, or connected to someone. Someone here is connected to a Katrina. I feel like I'm hearing Katrina last name start with a J. Someone shopping. I don't know if you in a store or if you are online. Someone is shopping or putting something in a cart right now. Whoever you are, you're going to end up getting something. I don't know if it's going to be something for free, but you're going to think that it's free, but it's a gift, right? It's a gift, some type of way. I don't know if you're going to get more than what you were supposed to get or something else. I don't know. Something is going to happen with that, but it's going to be a gift. It's going to come in like a mysterious or miraculous type of way. I feel like that's the beginning of something for you, or it's gonna just put you in the energy of knowing that this this new change is for you too. It's like all a part of the divine plan. Someone name could be Mika or Misha. I feel like someone name is Victor. Okay, Victor. Someone name is Carmichael. Someone gets something happen with your carpet or rug or something like that. Is what I'm hearing. But it's like you got it figured out or worked out. Maybe you needed help bringing it in or taking it out, something like that. Someone here is a caregiver. You're going to be blessed for whatever it is that you do because you do it with all of your heart, is what I'm hearing. It's not going unnoticed. Caregiver, you could even be a nurse. You're really good at what you do too. You're so gentle. Like, you're very gentle. Someone birthday today, happy birthday. Okay? I don't know. Someone name is Casey. I heard that. Casey. Someone, someone, Bill or Billy. Okay? What have this person done? Whatever they did is like maybe you're just forgiving it Are you working on it? You could be working on it. Someone lives in San Antonio, Texas. Someone's name could be Antonio. Or Andy. Or Antoinette. Someone's name is Ruby. Or that's your birthstone. Maybe you were looking into getting something with your birthstone or a ruby color or something. Someone here, a karmic, been calling your phone. Okay, calling and playing and hanging up. Or just consistently harassing you, like wanting to talk to you. And it's like you didn't tell no one yet. But this energy keep calling you. This energy keep calling you. But they're not calling this other person. It's like, why do they want to speak to you? Be mindful of that. I feel like this person is going to try to play the victim with something. Because they're always victims, right? Always send gifts. All right, Nala. Cancer baby. Shout out to Cancer season. The parasite. Shout out to you. Is your birthday? T-Pose. Annabis, thank you so much. May I return to you many-fold. Wow, shout out to you, lovely 186. Hi, Jimmy. Oh, you was just saying that? No, I'm in November, Scorpio. All right. Scorpio gang gang. I'm in November too. Scorpio too. The baby, right, baby? Yeah. I like that. Someone could be at work or going to work because I'm seeing like the Eight of Pentacles. I'm seeing like the Eight of Pentacles. Someone is working on something. I'm telling you, whatever this is about working and it's about going to the next level. First I heard job, then I saw the Eight of Pentacles. It's like whatever this is, you building it from the ground up. Okay, may not even be alone. You may not even be doing this alone. Of course you're not. But whatever this is like you definitely putting in your fair share of work to achieve whatever this is that you envisioned. It's like you going after this vision, whatever this is, and it's going to happen. Someone was like, listen, I've been giving up on my dreams and things that I really wanted, and I'm about to pursue it now. You may have been feeling like it was a little too late to do so. Maybe you feel like the age don't mean nothing. Okay? Whatever this is, go after it and claim it because it's already yours. It just was like a minor setback for a major comeback, that type of energy. And at that time you had this, it was a setback. You had to set it to the side, but that don't mean that it was over for it. Someone here do lawn care. Okay? Or you was doing your lawn or something like that. Or you could be doing this today, maybe yesterday, maybe Friday. Or someone else was. Collective, you have someone in the Five of Swords energy. They're feeling defeated because you really popped out in this Magus energy. Like you really have all the tools you need to create the life that you want. But it had a lot to do with like stagnation and a setback. Maybe thinking that you couldn't get something done, but whatever this is happening. It is. You just needed to be illuminated by it. Because it's like you thought you were dealing with illusions. You thought it was all an illusion. Maybe you could even thought you were being delusional, but you were not. By thinking that something could still happen, yes, it can. Oh no, someone is working on something much bigger behind the scenes. And I see it. But I'm not going to say anything, but I definitely see what you're working on. But I will say it have a lot to do with construction. It's like you need construction. Someone is purchasing a new vehicle. Maybe you'll call her name. Or maybe you manifesting. But however you doing it, or however it's coming about, you're gonna achieve it. You're gonna get exactly what you want. I feel like that's gonna blow your mind. That you're gonna be able to get exactly what you said you wanted. It's gonna happen. Ooh, you have someone in this. I don't know who left someone out in the cold, but you finally spoke your piece. You finally spoke your piece. And that's it. You don't have anything else to say pertaining to that situation. And it's been a long time coming. And it's like now you feel good. You feel better than you ever felt before because you finally spoke your piece. You thought you was going to get out of character, but you didn't. You stayed in character. You did. You really did. You really fully embraced that assertive energy. While I'm hearing that song, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I feel like that's really motion for someone right now. Whatever you release is like, it made you feel like you're on top of the world now. I'm talking about you've been holding back for a while. And that's because you prayed on it. You prayed on it. And it worked out. I feel like you was maxed about it at first. You was maxed out. You could have been a little stressed, but not anymore. Someone here is tired of being stressed. It's like you were sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like enough is enough. It's like you called enough. Whatever that situation is, you call judgment on that situation. Like, listen, I'm calling judgment in. I'm gonna need somebody here not to flash out on this boss, although they're abusing their power, and I feel like they're gonna be listen. They're gonna get gathered, but you don't have to be the one to do it. But it's like you want to, but you don't have to be the one to do it because it's gonna happen anyway. Somebody gonna gather this person for you, and what I mean by gather is get them together. Okay, someone is gonna get them together, and I feel like it's gonna be from someone that they don't expect. Maybe they're expecting you because they know what they did. I don't even have to go into details. If this is your message, they know what they did, and they know it wasn't right. Whether it was a move or a word, they know it wasn't right. I don't know who Sabrina is, but Sabrina been saying a lot to someone else in regards to you. And that's because uh, someone is in a Five of Cups energy. Mm-hmm. For someone, it could even be a lover here. Somebody got a lover in a Five of Cups. And that's because they chose the Three of Cups over the Two of Cups. Now they got all of them. It's like, listen, they got lined up. Five cups, five straight cups. I heard the Five of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and now the Five of Cups. Some of you could be saying 555. You could have felt like it was damn near hunting you. The number's 555. And that's because changes are happening. I just heard Philip is obsessed with the garage. Like, what is Philip doing in a garage collective? That's for somebody that's going to come on here. If you're not here already, it's like, what? Someone person is a trucker, okay? A driver, a trucker. And you may think that this person is doing other things. No. Whoever this person is, they are devoted to you, but they just I feel like they have a hard time communicating that. But when I say devoted, that's what I mean. They're not like the rest. They're not. Someone here is kicking it off with a doctor too. Or you could be a doctor that's kicking it off with someone else. You guys have blessings pouring in from every which way. I'm telling you, whatever this is, you gonna be shocked. It's like, I don't know why I just heard me. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Yes, you. You the one they want. Or you were the one they wanted. And they got you. It's something like that going on here. I'm talking about blessings raining down. Blessings raining down. Is make sure you open to receive. One and team. W chats. Someone coming out of hermit mode. And when they come out of this fully, someone coming straight for you. Someone name could be Glenn or Glenda. Thank you, Flawless. That's what I have for you guys for right now. I'm going to try to get me some sleep. And I'm going to write down what it is, what's the title for the message that we have coming up. So I hope you guys be ready. Get ready so you don't have to, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, love, and blessings.